What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan. Welcome to channel Jacques Taking a break from streaming Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which you can go check out, to talk about a comic book, Green Lantern #1. Man, it's been a while since I've had like an excellent comic book that I felt like reviewing, but this one is good. So it's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Green Lantern fan. Um, and it's not a perfect book. I do have some problems with it, but I'm gonna tell you, like, this cover is really good. With got Sinestro in a jacket and a hoodie, kind of in basically Coast City. I'm just assuming that's what that's supposed to be. But yeah, and then like it starts off. You have this page with. Let's get this in the light so you can see, even if it covers me. These guys who are trapped in a mine, and then this green light shows up when they fear, and what happens? Boom! Hal Jordan shows up. He says, "Hey guys." That's obviously going to be the cover of the thumbnail of this video, and then you have like this really good need a lift. But the artwork on this is just really good. It's really, really well done. So the basic story, Hal Jordan, there's some stupid stuff about like how the Guardians of the Universe are gone, and there's some dumb whatever in charge, and Hal Jordan didn't want to be under them, so he came back to Earth and whatnot or whatever, and then some dude shows up and tries to blast him with green will energy, and somehow that gives him a ring. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And then, like, I didn't feel like Carol Ferris really felt like Carol Ferris. I don't know. Maybe I don't know Carol Ferris as well as everybody else does, but I don't know. I don't think of her as, like, this really mean-spirited person, which is what she felt like in this. To me, at least. But Hal Jordan feels like Hal Jordan. There was a little clip with Jon Stewart, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like, did they take his ring away from him too? Just like, yeah. But hey, if they write good stories, I can ignore all the dumb stuff going on. It's like I've read other books, other series where there's some lame storyline going on behind the scenes, and they'll include like hints about that, and I was just like, whatever, I don't care. You know, this is about the gazillionth time that the Guardians of the Universe have disappeared, and I'm sure they'll be back in a year or two, and it's whatever. But one thing that I didn't really get is at the end we kind of have like this Guy Gardner thing, and I can't tell which one's Guy Gardner, because if you look at it, like, which one of those is Guy? Like, this looks like Guy Gardner here. He's got the red hair. But he's calling this guy Guy. This guy. But the young guy's obviously, like, obviously a new Green Lantern. Like, he's freaking out because whatever is coming through, and they have this not great. They should have just used the Green Lantern Corps motto in Darkest Night and Brightest Day and Darkest Night. No evil shall escape my sight. But instead they say, quote, "I am the lantern in the dark, the torch that batters back the night. Let the evil cower in the light of all who wear the lantern's mark." That's lame. I guess there's something going on in the past. But they also hint at this, like, bigger story with Jon Stewart. If this person, this queen or whatever, that's supposed to have been killed by John. So here's a picture of John and his mother. I thought this was pretty sweet. Like, you have Jon Stewart like hugging his, I don't know if it's his mother or his grandmother, but yeah, but yeah, it's his mom. So it was okay. It was okay. I wouldn't mind seeing Kyle Rayner, but, you know, whatever. You can't get everything. So it looks like John and and Hal, for whatever reason, are back on Earth with no ring. Although we know that Hal Jordan can just make his own ring, apparently. And so stealing energy from some other dude, some villain, and then like absorbing it and making it into a ring is apparently pretty easy for him. Uh, but yeah, so I didn't feel like Carol Ferris, I think that's her name, really feels like the character. She's just a little too hostile toward Hal. Hal is kind of very, very, very close to Hal, but I think like, and he's like trying to get a job at Ferris Air again, and yeah, he's trying to convince her that he's back for good, and it's just like, come on, Hal, we know you, like, and we know DC, they're gonna split you up again, like they've done 1,000 times, like it's just. I wish they would just like other than Superman, there's not well, and Flash, like these guys could have a happy ending. That'd be nice, where they get the girl and they keep the girl. We don't need them to lose the girl every other event. Like that gets tiring. But all that to say, it's a good issue. It's worth reading. It feels like Green Lantern again. There are some inconsistencies with the old Green Lantern books. It's the best one that I've read since they canceled the Green Lanterns run and the Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps run from Rebirth. So it's the best Green Lantern I've read since then. I've heard that the Green Arrow is good. I haven't gotten a hold of that yet. So I'll probably be heading over to Brandon sometime today or in the next couple days. But I've heard that's good, so I might check that out. And if it's good, I'll do a review of it, I guess. But I'm not super interested in what DC's doing these days. Like, they've got a couple good books. But once those run out, like I'm doing Knights of Steel or something like that. It's like fantasy set, this Elseworld story set in like a Arthurian tale with all the superheroes with their powers, and I've really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the Jurassic League. That was really fun. So, you got some of these side stories that I'm enjoying. I don't really care for a lot of the main series stuff. And, like, yeah. So, not a whole lot of comics that I'm reading that are new. I'm reading a lot of older ones. But I still read comics from time to time. I have been doing a lot of anime. Watching anime and stuff, playing a lot of video games, so that's kind of why I've been doing that a lot more. But yeah, so I recommend it. If you're a Green Lantern fan, you'll probably enjoy this, even especially if you can like ignore some continuity issues and some like lame additions, but otherwise, like, it feels like Hal Jordan. That's what I like about it. John Stewart feels like John Stewart, even if he doesn't have a Green Lantern ring, and he's only in like 2 pages. And of course, they've basically changed Guy completely, so he's unrecognizable. But it's Guy. He's he's the kind of guy that DC doesn't like. So yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily friends with him. I just think it's cool to have a character that is like is that way. Anyways, he can like be a hero despite how rude he is. That's one of the things I like about him. But anyways, let me know what you think about this issue. I thought it was pretty good, worth reading. So yeah, if you have any books that you're reading and you want to talk about that, let me know. Maybe I'll check it out if there are any good ones out there. So I'll catch you next time. Peace.